All right. Well, welcome everyone to the US Chess Executive Board meeting. Today is October the 8th, and I will begin by opening with roll call. Let's start with John Fernandez, Vice President.
Present.
Chuck Unruh, Vice President of Finance.
Present.
Mike Hoffpower, Secretary.
Present.
Randy Bauer, Member at Large. We may hear from Randy later. Layla Dakan, Member at Large. Let's see here. All right, not here at the moment. David Hayter, Member at Large.
Present.
Lakshmana Viswanath,
Here.
Member at Large. How
Yeah.
close did I come, Fish?
You're good. You're good. I am happy
That's
with
good.
this.
Okay. Renee Bartlett, Executive Director.
Here.
All right. So let's go ahead then and let's ask if there are any conflicts of interest that are new that need to be disclosed. All right. Hearing none, we'll continue on to Vice President Chuck Unruh with the financial report. Chuck, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. President. The news up here is very, very good when we analyze our budget. And it says that we're $73,000 to the good, meaning ahead of schedule. Well, that's excellent news until we get into the details. And the details are that our cash flow has been diminished and restricted owing to the large payout that we've had with the Rosen Hotel and the Pan Am event, coupled then with our obligations to LEGO as we upgrade IT. So that restriction, we're meeting all of our obligations, including the final payment to Rosen Hotels on November 1st. But it is greatly influencing our cash flow and our ability to it diminishes our operations. And what I mean by that, we have staff positions that are not filled. Actually, when we look through the budget, we find out for the first 4 months, we've saved maybe $450,000 with our austerity program and not filling these positions that were budgeted. So then how do we get to a positive number on the bottom? Well, if we look into the details again around donations and investments, we notice that 27.5% of our income is actually coming from those two items. And those flow into restricted funds. So that's funds that aren't available. Now, are we going to do okay? Absolutely. We went through the finances this morning. We are ready to meet the final challenges from the fallout of earlier this year. And in meeting those challenges, I think then we're on the road to recovery. So it's a setback, but it's not something that going into the future is going to inhibit us from doing the mission. The mission's still there. Thankfully, we're strong enough to survive these downturns in our events. Our events are costing more. I think Renee has a report on the U.S. Open and the budget of the U.S. Open a little later, and then can bring us up to date on membership numbers. But all in all, US Chess, save for a rainy day. We had a rainy day. We're getting over it. I'm still soaking wet, by the way. And we'll come out of this. And we're looking at January 1st, the membership increasing, membership revenues from we increased across the board pretty much our membership dues, and our cash flow should start solidifying. I expect 2 more payments out of the reserve fund for capital expenses. And of course, the final payment will be a combination of reserve fund and operational funds to the Rose and hotels. And that final payment's about $187,000. So how's it looking for the future? Well, I'm hearing that we filled up our hotel. I haven't heard of the latest participation in the next grade championship, but I really do expect things to get back to normal. And that's our financial report. Thanks. We had a very generous donation of $201,000, by the way, and that helped us out through this quarter.
Good to hear.
Mhm.
Good to hear that donation. All right. Thank you, Chuck. All right. So now at this particular point, I do want to recognize that Leela Dekan has joined us. So she is now online with the rest of us. And we are going to move into
Mr. President, before you go to
Yes.
closed session, you should ask if anybody has any questions about the budget.
Thank you. So are there any questions concerning the budget?
And Renee, would you like the opportunity to speak to the membership numbers in case there are any questions?
Sure. Membership numbers are holding steady. In terms of revenue, we are flat. Haven't lost, haven't really gained much, but we're holding steady at about 112,000 members.
And our burn rate, has it gotten better?
Well, we definitely are better this month since last month. And so we had a good meeting with our outside accountant and Deborah and Chuck this morning. She was actually very impressed at how well we had weathered the Pan Am Youth Storm. We are well positioned to make, of course, that final payment. And also, as Chuck mentioned, the payments that will be due for our new rating server.
All right. One more time. Any questions concerning finances? All right. Then we'll move into closed session. All right. We are back from closed session, and we did not have any motions that we needed to vote on. So we're going to just move quickly to just some general items to make sure that we cover. Many of us were in Budapest over the last month for the World Olympiad, and it was a great event. Budapest is a wonderful city, and I really think that they did a great job of hosting. I do want to let everyone know that our teams did very well. Our open/men's team actually received the silver medal as a team, and then there were 2 individual board recipients of medals. And our women's team received the bronze. And we also had 2 individual medals handed out, or one as a result of that. I did want to congratulate the teams on fighting and showing a lot of moxie to make sure that we stayed in medal contention and actually won. So congrats to our team. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't at least notice India's double goal and congratulate them on that. It was quite a feat. So that was very impressive. I also wanted to let you know that we attended the General Assembly meeting. Renee, myself, David Hayter, Chuck, Alan Priest, and let's see, and Mike was there as well. And so we represented the United States well. I was able to speak on the floor to encourage the body to maintain the sanctions against the Russian and Belarusian federations. But I also wanted to make sure that we pointed out and gave a hearty thank you to Alan Priest, our zonal president, who's done a wonderful job and was also appointed to the verification committee, which is the group that oversees the spending to make sure that everything is done on the up and up. And also to David Hayter, who was elected to ethics. We're very proud of both of them. the jobs that they're doing for us. We have several people that serve on commissions with US Chess. So as president, one of the things I've pledged is that we will do a better job of organizing our FIDE activity, because we do need to make sure we have a good presence on the world stage. And so we did a great job. With that, are there any other questions? Anything that anyone would like to add? If not, I ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Right? It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of adjournment? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Well, folks, have a good night, and we'll see you next month.
Okay.